Hey everybody, it's Kenan and Kim and Lauren behind the camera. Hey, Kenan and I and Lauren have been talking about snacks that we like to make and maybe doing some videos on that. So we've decided to start, I don't know how frequently this will happen, but we're gonna call it
Simple Snacks.
Simple Snacks. And we'll put 2 or 3 different ones on one video thing, we hope. And so when you see Simple Snacks, go ahead and click on that and see what we have for you. Got anything to add? How are we defining Simple Snacks?
Well, we're defining it as not very many ingredients, not super complicated skills, and pretty throw it together for most things.
Yeah, I think that basically describes it. So be looking for our Simple Snack episodes. We're gonna do our first one now that this is attached to.
Okay, so we're gonna do tzatziki. It kind of pushes the easy sort of thing because it's kind of a unique thing.
For Simple Snacks.
For Simple Snacks.
But the ingredients are simple.
Yes. So.
And it's not real high skill.
Okay, so we've got some Greek yogurt here, and look at all the liquid there. I'm going to go ahead and drain off because our tzatziki is going to be a dip, so we want it nice and thick. Then I'm going to put it in a colander, right, that's, okay.
Yes, a colander. Hurrah! A vocab word for the day!
And with a flour sackcloth towel. And I'm gonna drain off what's called the whey, and that is the liquid that comes off of Greek yogurt. Yogurt, really? It is world record for cleanliness.
Hey, you're gonna push it through on my counter. There you go.
And I'm gonna let that drain off. I'm gonna mix it around a little bit and push it down. If you wanted to, we're not going to show the video this now, but in theory you could actually let that drain for a few days and then you could make a simple cheese out of it. So the next thing we're going to do is, I've got a cucumber here, I'm going to cut off the ends. Then this has plastic wrap or some sort of thing here. So I'm gonna cut that off. Then cut it in half. Then in half, and the halves into halves, making quarters. And then do that to this as well. Then I'm gonna cut off, you see these seed sort of things? They contain a ton of water. So one of the tricks to a super good tzatziki, well, thick tzatziki, is to cut off all of the seeds. Then we're gonna give these to the chickens because they like cucumbers.
Let me help you. Why don't you time lapse now, Lauren?
Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna grate these. So I've got my, I believe this is called a cheese grater. I always call it a cowbell because it kind of looks like one. So I'm probably gonna use the second smallest one, which is that size. And I'm just gonna grate these. The most important skill with making tzatziki is knowing how to grate things. So I'll be here for a little bit more. We'll probably time-lapse a bit of it. Then we'll see you when this cucumber is done. Okay, so we've got them well grated. We ended up having to put a paper plate down there. I'm going to add some coarse Mediterranean sea salt. You could just use kosher, if that's what you have. I'm just adding this so it'll absorb the moisture from the cucumbers because they are quite moist, because that's just genetics for you.
I'm having issues. Don't spill it all. Okay, I'll take this.
Okay, so next I'm going to show you
After he's stuffing the plates.
how I do the garlic. I mean, a spoon. Just a, we just moved everything in our kitchen.
It's really annoying when you can't find anything. Like the spoons.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get probably 2 tablespoons because just depending on how things taste. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, even though this is minced garlic, I'm gonna chop it up just a bit finer than a mince. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press it so it makes a paste, and I find it's easier to mix this and you won't get any crunchies. So I'll be squishing this. Lauren will probably put me on time lapse. So yeah. Okay, so I've got the garlic into pretty fine paste. I'm gonna put our drained yogurt in here.
Here, do I help? Just
Yes.
flop it in. Go.
Bloop.
Okay, and then just scrape that off. Oops, if you just lay down.
The hardest part about
I'll do that while you put it together.
Okay. The hardest part about that is getting all the yogurt off of the towel. So I'm gonna add about just a third of a tablespoon of garlic in there. And then I'll start mixing it. Probably should use a spoon instead of a knife, but
Where's the spatula?
add just a little bit, about that much of the sea salt, and I find that putting a bit of kosher, well, yeah,
Regular table salt.
regular table salt in helps it quite a bit instead of just being crunchy and large.
It's done.
Okay, here we have the cucumbers. We ended up grating 2 cucumbers. It's better to have more than enough than not enough. So I'm gonna add just all of that basically. Then mix it around. Tzatziki is the main dip you'll get for gyros, but usually it's not this thick. They would have it liquidy, but because we're having it as dip, we're making it a bit liquidy. I mean,
Thicker.
Then your all essential, basically, in Mediterranean cooking, just splash of extra virgin olive oil.
You're probably gonna need all that garlic.
Yeah. Go ahead and add all the garlic. You want to tell them the story of tzatziki?
Do I want to tell them the story of tzatziki?
How we got our recipe?
No.
Okay.
My sister lived in Greece for a year. She played professional water polo in Athens for a club. So she learned lots of Greek food there. So maybe we'll share more. Tzatziki is our favorite snack though, with crackers, with vegetables, with spoons, which I'm going to see how Kennan's doing on taste right now. A little more olive oil. A little more.
I'll mix this more olive oil and salt. There you go.
All right. That ought to do it.
Okay, so we'll put this in the fridge so it'll get cold. At least very cold.
Yeah, the longer you let tzatziki refrigerate, the better it tastes. It's just blends the flavors better. So enjoy. Hey everyone, on our simple snacks, I'm going to throw together a really quick bean dip. This is 2 cans of refried beans. We will do a video later on pinto beans and how to cook those. I have these because our little town actually ran out of bagged pinto beans, so I was in a panic and bought a couple cans of refried beans. So I do some garlic, granulated garlic, granulated onion, New Mexico staple. Look, somebody left the spoon in. Hello. Green chili. And some cheese, however much you want. And like we've said lots of times, please do this to your liking. I'm going to microwave this for a little bit and then give it a stir. Sometimes with store-bought beans, they're a little bit thick, so you need to add some hot water. But we'll give it a cook first and be back. So I put it in for 2 minutes, and I'm going to give it a little more stir. I am going to add a little bit of water, just hot tap water, just so it's not so chunky. So it'll be just real quick, like that. And then I'm going to put it in for another 2.5 minutes in the microwave, and we'll be ready.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just going to give this a little stir. What you think, Kenan? Ooh. Smell the yumminess. All right. Give the camera guy a chip and see what he thinks.
Okay, so today we're gonna do chips, which are pretty common, at least in New Mexico. And usually you just buy them at the store, but quarantined chips may not be as available. But maybe you have corn tortillas, so why not make them into chips? So we have some oil. It's at about 300 degrees Fahrenheit. You just pop them in, lay them away from you so that you're not splashing oil on you. That's not desirable. Then you wait just a little bit. I do 4 at a time. I just cut the tortilla into quarters. Pretty simple. Take them out when they're about that.
So much oil. Messy kid.
Yep. It's my belief that if a cooking project is messy, it's gonna taste good. But the janitor does, well, my mom who
Did you just call me the janitor?
maybe. My mom does not appreciate that belief. So yeah, I'm gonna continue frying these. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Hope you try it. Make it how you like it. I prefer mine a bit darker. My mom prefers them lighter. So yeah.